Welcome to the channel. I'm Tony the Technician, and today we're going to be looking at 5 things that I picked up at Harbor Freight. Nothing special, a tool or two, but then the rest of them are kind of like accessories that I needed. So I want to share them with you, and one of the items I didn't actually know Harbor Freight had. So I'll share that with you guys and why I got the things. So if you guys enjoyed, please make sure to smash that thumbs up. If you guys have any experience with some of these things, please let me know down in the comments whether it was a good purchase or not. And then if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. Let's go ahead and see what I got. All right, so first up, I got the rigged swing out. This isn't from Harbor Freight, obviously. This is a rear tire swing out for the back of my truck. And I have a tow hook in the back in my hitch, which is on a locking pin. And I'm gonna use that locking pin to install this, but then I'm also going to put that tow hook back in the secondary hitch on the swing out. So I needed another lock. Now the one that I have on the truck right now, this is a 5/8 pin lock. The one that I have on the truck right now was $25, and it was from Rhino USA, and I really like it. I just didn't want to wait another week for one to show up, and this was $12, I want to say. And then they had another one with a different locking mechanism. This one is chrome plated, and I think it's a good deal for 12-13 bucks. Now that's all going to depend on if the lock holds up over time and hopefully doesn't rust or corrode or get jammed up. So if you guys have any experience with this one from Harbor Freight, please let me know. But I figured for $12-13 it was worth at least picking up. I'll try it out. The other one from Rhino USA I've had for 9 or 10 months, and I've had no problem unlocking or locking it. So they do have other options available and other sizes. And then I have my off-road bag, which I just keep miscellaneous tools for roadside emergencies and stuff. Valve stem tool, light, and over here just some sockets and bits. But I keep my tire plug set over here. And I noticed the other day that the cap broke on the rubber cement. Not a huge deal, but I wanted to order another one online. And I saw that they have a set that is pretty well rounded, a pretty good size set for $21, I believe it was. So I almost picked that one up, but I'm trying to keep this as minimal as possible, and I only have a few of the plugs left. So I just went ahead and picked up their cheaper one, or their smaller set. Comes with a little folding knife, the rubber cement, 5 plugs. I want to say this was $6 or $7, and this is all without using any discount code or anything like that, so you could get it cheaper. But I've never used the one from Harbor Freight, and it is a newer product for them. So we'll see. Well, hopefully I don't need it. I'm just gonna leave it in this package and keep it in here with the others. Otherwise, if I wasn't worried about space, I would have just got the bigger set. I just decided to go this route. It was a little bit cheaper and smaller in size. So next up, I just simply picked up some of their 8-inch zip ties. The zip ties from Harbor Freight aren't bad. They're not fantastic, but I use this size a lot. I already have, I don't know, maybe 1,000 zip ties down here, but they're all larger and smaller zip ties I've run through these 8-inch and 6-inch ones pretty quickly. So I figured I'd pick up more of those. They're not fantastic around heat, but they do decent. So you can see the operating temperature of minimum is -40 and max is 185. So engine bay, probably want to get a little bit nicer ones, but anything like when I'm running cables or wires along my frame or anything like that, these do just fine. So picked up some of those. I want to say these were $2.50 maybe. Next up is one that I didn't even know they had. So this is wire sleeve tubing, and I use this stuff all the time. I do quite a bit of wiring and stuff, and when I redid the Camaro, I removed all of that plastic shrouding that gets brittle and breaks apart in the engine bay, and it's just a disaster. It's also not fun to install or remove. You end up just having stuff everywhere. This nylon braided sleeving is so much nicer. This is the split loom style, so it works really well. It's very easy to install. This is 1/2 inch. I've been buying this nylon braided sleeving for years, probably 8 years. And I get a lot of mine from Alex Tech on Amazon. This was 3/8 and it was 25 feet. And then I have multiple different sizes and lengths in here. I run through it pretty quickly, so I always like to keep some on hand. Well, the 1/2 inch from Alex Tech at 25 feet is $15. This was $10, not on sale, not using any coupon or anything like that. So I looked up its ratings, and it's got an operating temp from -104 to 302 degrees. And the Alex Tech is basically the same. It goes up to 242 degrees, something like that, but its melting point isn't till 412. I'm guessing the melting point on this is probably very, very similar to this. So I picked this up. You can use this in, it does say indoor, for cords and stuff. Protect the wiring, also keep everything organized. I like the split loom because it wraps around the wires really nicely. It wants to return to its original position, and then you can either zip tie them at the ends, or I usually throw heat shrink on the end, and it works really, really well. Like I said, I've used this indoors and in engine bays, interiors, everything like that. It works really, really well. So I definitely prefer this nylon braided sleeving over the plastic shrouding. You can also, not from Harbor Freight, but you can also get this style nylon sleeving in a non-split loom, so you just pass the wire through it. But I thought for $10, 25 feet and 1/2 inch, it was a really good deal considering the brand that I usually go with was $5 higher. So that was the next item I picked up. Last up is a tool that I use quite a bit at work, but I've always bought the extremely cheap ones, and they've done just fine. I just did a Harbor Freight video, new tools video, not too long ago when they released these, and this is the new Hercules step drill bit. I believe it's cobalt high-speed steel construction, bronze oxide spiral flute. I usually just get the normal flute and the Warrior ones that you get for, I don't know, like $6. They have a 2-pack of these. I believe it's something like $35 or $40 for the 2. And I wasn't about to drop that on step bits, even though I use them probably 4 days out of the week. I use it on very thin sheet metal, and it does just fine. I sharpen it a couple times a year, but each one probably lasts me a couple years. I've probably bought 3 or 4 of them in the past, and while they're not the best for what I do, they work just fine. But this single one was $20, so I figured I'd at least try it out. There are really nice step bits out there that get really expensive, but I figured at $20 this was at least worth a try. We'll see how it lasts compared to the Warrior ones that I've had in the past. So I'll be using this at work, and then maybe in a couple months after I've used this, I will let you guys know how it performed, or if it sucks after 2 weeks, then you guys will get a video much sooner. So it does state 3 times faster hole cuts and 4 times the life, so it should be much better than the other ones that I was running. So those are the 5 items I picked up at Harbor Freight, but figured I'd share them with you. If you guys have any experience with any of these, please let me know your guys' thoughts on them down in the comments. Be happy to hear it, but stay tuned. We will be doing more tool videos from Harbor Freight here soon, so much more exciting than just a few accessories. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to smash that thumbs up, and if you haven't, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.